Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Marvel Movie Talk. Very excited to have our second installment of Wonder Man. And if you have watched beyond episodes 3 and 4, keep your comments to yourself. Don't put them in our chat. Keep them up here in your head. Some of us are trying to slowly plow through this show. Not plow through. It makes it seem like it's a chore. It's been a delight. It's very difficult to not watch every episode of the show already. It's taking a lot for me to not have it on this iPad right next to me. I'm Christian Bladt, so excited to be here talking once again about this great show, Wonder Man. And with us, as she so often is the great Katie Hampton.
Hello.
From Napping Through Happy Hour, Christian Cringe, and Tutorial Guild. Two of those I know what they are. The last one, I don't know what Tutorial Guild is, but thank you for providing tutorials to guild members. Is that
if you're a Dungeon Crawler Carl fan, which I recommend everybody here start reading, that is where we are geeking out over Dungeon Crawler Carl.
And you can see for our visual audience, he's listed as Roger Dorman, obviously 13 years sober. Trevor Slattery, thank you, Mr. Eric Connor. We appreciate you being back.
Oh, thank you. Except I still somehow, despite that, have debts for prostitutes and drugs. But we'll talk about his sobriety in a moment.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's so many things to talk about. That's certainly one of them, and we'll get into that. We'll get into prostitutes and drugs and Trevor Slattery's whole life. We need Brody to be around for that. I don't even know why I said that. That doesn't even make sense. And with us, so excited that she's able to be with us is Christina, the Wisecracking blonde. Hello, Christina. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
What I was saying to Katie before we started, when I first started watching Wonder Man, I was so excited for you to watch this, Katie, because there are so many working actor things throughout in there. I mean, in the first couple minutes, it's this interaction about how you don't want to have Mendocino Farms every day. And I just had breakfast. How am I going to know what I want to have for lunch in 4 hours? All of the struggle's real. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I love this. I love the show. And I want to let you talk about the gift that this show has been for you.
Oh, it's been an incredible gift. There is so much reality detail, especially in the acting sector, about this, like getting kicked off of a set, overstepping your pay grade, not realizing where you land on the whole level of the thing. What were you gonna ask?
Well, speaking of someone who doesn't realize what level they're on, here, of course, is our friend, the great David Brody, who is here.
Thank you very much.
I meant to share an anecdote when we talked about episodes 1 and 2. So I'm glad you talked about the kicking off a set, because Simon's notes about his character reminds me, and I don't know if anybody else will know the story that I'm about to tell, from the past of great comedic actor. People might know him from Saturday Night Live or MTV's Remote Control, the great Colin Quinn. The great Colin Quinn is in a movie called Crocodile Dundee 2. He has no lines in the finished film, but I believe he was hired for 2 lines. And he showed up on set having completely rewritten the entire script, making his character much more heavily involved. And some would say, I saw Crocodile Dundee 2 in the theaters. It couldn't have been worse. But so he'd worked on television, he'd been a stand-up, but he had never worked on a movie before. So he rewrote the entire script for Crocodile Dundee 2, which, by the way, not a small picture, Katie. That was a big budget movie. They wanted to keep Paul Hogan in crocodile skin boots for a while. So I think that actors of all different levels might give notes that are unwelcome, especially when
the classic thing to get you fired is giving a little too much of your opinion when you're just a day player. I've seen that happen to actors, and it is not a pretty thing. Soon as they wrapped him. Go ahead.
It's a series wrap on Simon Williams.
Oh God! My stomach dropped, but it didn't drop quite so much as the Pacoima episode that we're going to be talking about pretty soon here on episode 3.
Katie, I was going to ask about. So we all we're very excited for your performance as Chicken Woman in Unfrosted.
Yes.
Is this now the time to admit you gave 75 pages of notes to Jerry Seinfeld on the meaning of comedy?
You know,
And that's why you didn't make the
what's
cut?
hilarious is that before I had shot that film, I had a dream that I had spoken to Jerry Seinfeld and to Jon Stewart about like my acting career. And I nearly told him that on set when we were shooting Unfrosted, and I was like, no, I embarrassed myself enough because I totally embarrassed myself by calling one actor and telling him a story that he has no idea what I was talking about because it was not the right actor.
Well, you could never embarrass yourself as much as Kesha asking him for a hug. So,
yeah.
Christina, this is your first time talking Wonder Man. What have you thought? We'll dive into episodes 3 and 4 in a moment, but on the whole, checking out this series, what have your thoughts been?
You know me and Marvel TV shows, they historically don't hit for me. I think they're tacky and trashy and not well done. And I love this one. I'm already done. I already finished the whole season. I love it. So well done. And I think the whole like behind the curtain of the acting thing is just, I'm seeing it a lot recently in shows and movies where they're showing you the backlot, they're showing you the trailers, they're showing all that stuff. And I just think people love it. And so I'm like, oh, it's just a great layer on top of what is also a great show.
Yes. Well, I know that your schedule can be tricky, Christina. So we won't kick you off for watching ahead.
Okay.
That's at the top of the rule book, but really appreciate it. Just remember that we're talking about the Pacoima one and the black and white one, and I actually haven't seen beyond that, so I don't even know. So I can't spoil anything. And some people wonder, like, why are you doing that? And I think I've explained it before, but when I used to do shows for AfterBuzz TV, I would binge the show, and then they wanted us to go back and talk about each episode, and I could never keep it straight. So I'd be in the middle of something. I'm like, yeah, that happens next week, doesn't it? All right. By the way, Ivan Soto says, this is better than The Studio, and I've never seen that show. LOL.
That might be Ivan's best one-liner I've ever heard him say. Ivan,
you know what? I'm gonna put a star on that one so that I can look at it later. And he does always appreciate when I mention AfterBuzz.
I watched the pilot of The Studio, and that was another one that I was like, it's too real. I don't like it. But this one is like real on the fun, grindy side, I would say, at least coming from an actor's perspective, because I've been to the like strip mall studios where you have to do the self-tape type stuff. I've been to like everywhere they've been to in LA. I was like, oh, I've been there. Oh, that's Paramount lot.
that was one of the questions I actually had. There are those studios for self-tapes. I thought, because I know, like, you know, podcast studios that you can kind of just, you know, pop in and record for an hour. Actually, you can record for 15 minutes but pay for an hour, but whatever.
And you can also get the person who does not need to be your reader trying to be your reader, and it is always a bad time. It's not worth the money. That's why I painted this wall blue and I've got a bunch of box lights.
Well, Brody runs a business like this out of his car in Jersey.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And there's a black couch. It's great. So
no, Brody.
He has a pump for the couch though. So, once you sit on it, you can't move.
Playing the role of the pump.
Pump energy.
So obviously, it's fun. It's lighthearted. I think that it's great to get Trevor Slattery returned. It's crazy to think that Trevor Slattery is portrayed by someone who not only played Gandhi, but he's knighted. He's Sir Ben Kingsley, and Trevor. I don't know. We can look through his IMDb, Trevor Slattery. I don't think he's knighted. I'm fairly sure he has the Queen nor King Charles were able to go like, oh yeah, I think he should be.
Not yet.
That's true. That's true. Wait,
I'm short.
Trevor Slattery will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Oh my God. So
maybe at medieval times he might be knighted there.
Oh, that's
true.
The one in
Burger
Orange.
King.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I feel like 4 of us need to meet up at Medieval Times. Sorry, Brody. But you can go to the one in Lyndhurst and just FaceTime us.
But look at Eric dressed as a wench. So,
but not a beer wench, just a regular wench.
Just a
regular
general
wench.
Diet Coke wench.
By the way, that is kind of the beauty of New Jersey, that I can say the name of a town, Lyndhurst, which is actually where Medieval Times is, and not get a laugh. So yeah, take that, Walla Walla, Washington. So anyway, let's talk specifically about episodes 3 and 4, but we can circle back to things that we saw in the first 2. And Christina, I was glad to hear that you're enjoying this, because I did know your history, and there are some of these shows. I mean, look, they're not all Secret Invasion, but some of them, fly a little too close to the sun.
Yeah.
What would you say has been the best part for you personally, Christina?
I love Ben Kingsley. I am living for. There's 2 things. I have recently developed a really high regard for actors, because I think people think it's easy, just the way that they think modeling is easy. Like, just show up and model. It's easy.
Yeah, you just play pretend. What do you have to do? Yeah.
But I love the way they're dissecting what acting actually is and how much work it is, and all of the things that we take for granted as good actors, they're just sort of like revealing behind the curtain. So I love that. But watching Ben Kingsley, who I like, as I watch it, I'm like, that's Gandhi out here with a bad wig and
Eric, she didn't mean
quasi-American accent.
It's okay. She wasn't talking about my natural locks. I'm okay.
Yeah, LOCF. Yeah, I'm living for Ben Kingsley just as this like everyman out here trying to like talk about all of the things that he's stolen throughout the years. And I don't know, I love it. All his little anecdotes, everything that he's adding, I feel like is genuine. Like, I started to wonder if he was improvising a lot of stuff, because it felt very unscripted.
Yeah, we talked in our previous episode about, the method for responding to Simon's texts that was infuriating the damage control guy. He's like, wait. And now, yeah. So just the fact that everything is method for him, when we got to rediscover him in Shang-Chi, I mean, it was just like, and the running gag in the series, weren't you a terrorist? That was certainly great.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about episodes 3 and 4. And Brody, just starting with episode 3, you might not know Pacoima. It's kind of, well, just for a really quick callback, it's kind of the Lyndhurst of Southern California.
Oh, nailed it. Now I get it.
Yeah.
When you guys were talking about the Pacoima episode, when I first signed on, I said, is that the name of the episode? Is that some kind of acting technique? What is Pacoima? Now I get it's a town in the LA area, I'm assuming.
Well, it's the North Valley. Yeah,
it's the town in the LA area.
I stand corrected. I'm so sorry. Pacoima. So of the 2 episodes, I liked the black and white episode better, but I thought the Pacoima episode, as it were, was touching and was a good look behind the curtain to Simon's life and what he comes from, and maybe why he's pushed to be who he is. His brother is a terrible person, and they now need a new kitchen island. So
consider I not to fully defend Eric, but consider Eric.
He's right here. Oh, you mean his brother Eric?
I'm like, brother Eric.
Why are you talking about
Eric?
Katie would defend me.
I will defend Eric, both sides, but the thing that really hit home for me with the Pacoima stuff is just how much Trevor Slattery was like talking to his family, and they had no idea about his life because they just don't understand anything that's above the B level actor. Mm-hmm. And that alone, I was like, oh, it's too real. It's every family reunion. It's every kind of thing that I go with my family. But like, I have to like give a shout out to the guy who plays Eric, because the whole like the speech he gives when he's talking about like, you're just out in Hollywood playing and having fun and whatnot, and he's like trying to explain, Simon is trying to explain, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not just having fun. This is actually a lot of work, and like just seeing like, oh, you're getting money from mom and maybe a will or some kind of thing from dad, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like saying that he's not of value in the kitchen, like that wrecked me. So I will say that Eric, yes, though a dick, so is Simon, but there are reasons for both of them to be acting that way.
Yeah, it's actually Eric's superpower to be a dick. And by the way, which Eric am I talking about? I'll never tell.
Every.
Jury's still out.
On that too, there's that one moment where what you were saying, Kate, too, about like the family not understanding him, and you realize like he's such a like an affable lad, and yet here he is, like his mom's like he doesn't have any friends, and that's one of those moments too where you're saying like pulling back the curtain, because when you see him in this, he's charming, he's handsome, he's all these great qualities. He's smart, he's studied, and yet that idea of, you realize like a lot of these Marvel superheroes, right, is when you have like a power, it can be really scary, like especially one that clearly he doesn't have much control over. So I think like there's something to be said where they see this guy who's out there acting, and yet when he's just himself, they don't understand him. They
don't know
want
who
to.
he is, and
Mom
I don't
still
think
loves him.
Yeah, well, and I don't think he really accepts that side of himself as who he is, just as a person, like as a base person. He wishes that he doesn't have these powers. He wishes for a lot of reasons, and we find that out in episode 4 exactly why. But at the same time, I love the fact that like no one knows about his acting and his stuff because he's not necessarily telling people anymore. I mean, he's been fired off of jobs. Like, how real is that as an actor? And like, never tell anybody that you've booked anything until it's out there on the screen.
Right. And just because I know enough working actors, if you're able to see it before it airs, then you know whether or not you're actually in it, how much you're in it, all of those things. It's
because
you're
just waiting for the moment where it's like, I can finally brag about something, but a lot of the time you can't.
Yeah, because honestly, I mean, to get cast on American Horror Story is actually a great achievement. Getting fired on it was, not great. So
not great, but that's also because of his not being able to relate to other people, not bringing people in with him. He thinks it's all about the form and like controlling everything. It's never about control.
I wanted to get to this question because I actually had this thought when we were watching it. Ivan Soto is wondering what we think. Which Captain America were they talking about? I just realized Sam or Steve. They were talking about them being attractive, so it could be either one. It's the one you want it to be. They are both fine specimens, as they say. By the way, old Steve, I'm here for it too. All right. I'm not going to be ageist. Old
Just
Steve,
a little dusty.
Old Steve had a quality to him. That's
he still had that cut jaw.
Yeah, see, all right.
Christian wants to say, don't sleep on old Steve, but he would. So.
He's saying don't because he wants to.
Yeah,
there it is.
Get it.
The bell.
I have to keep it out of the reach for the show that I do before this because people hate when I hit the bell. I'm sorry that Nate can't be here because of how much he hates the bell, but he's hating it in spirit. And then just this little aside, which I would never have picked up on. So Wonder Man watches the Disney Channel. The song Simon sang in his self-tape was from a Disney Channel original movie called Zombies 1, LOL. I did not catch that. It's a nice touch. That's what we call synergy, cross promotion between other Disney products. It's why we're not getting any Marvel trailers during the Super Bowl because they've got all their other movies that they want to try and sell. So, Pixar. Great. Okay, good. Anyway, I'm neither here nor there on that. Eric Connor. When are we going to Pacoima? It looks like it would be fun. We should do a very short roadie and head up there. They do have a Pollo Campero up there.
Oh, you had me at Pollo and Pokoi.
right between Food for Less and Walmart. Not that I know.
All the greats, dude. Delaware had none of those. So already,
but no taxes.
Also no taxes. Yeah.
Oh, no it was the best.
Christina.
That was the best. 302, baby. Pacoima episode, I think it's like all those indie films of like, reunited over Thanksgiving, or what was that one Chris Guest did, Home for Purim. So the idea you get there and
Chinooka.
it's just right. You just have to explain what you're up to. And I mean, God, like you were saying, Kate, like this hits probably for all of us in different measures, because the measuring stick of the kind of work we might do it's hard to translate to regular folk, right? It's hard to say, oh, I did this and this and this, and like, okay, so where is it? Can I see it? When can I see it? How can I see it? It's like, now it's a little easier to answer that than it was, but I don't know, 25 years ago when I first moved to LA, forget it. And I felt it. And the one thing this show does so well, it lets scenes really breathe. So we were talking last time about his adding lines in his Michael Dorsey Tootsie kind of way, his adding research and all that. Tomato can't sit, kind of attitude. And here it's a different flow of like watching him in real time talk to his mom, talk to his brother.
Yeah.
His brother, you're right, and not just because of the name, but Eric is not wrong. He gets it, and he's frustrated with his brother because he can't connect with him.
Yeah.
And I think that's really like something that hits you. Like this is where this show was going to places maybe few Marvel TV shows have, which is it is so deeply rooted in character and moments. It's not worried about hurrying to the next set piece. It's got a minimal use of powers, and even the use of Hollywood I've enjoyed because it's not been overdoing it. It's not sort of, hitting us in the face with it. And so, this episode, and especially in tandem with the next episode we'll talk about, it was a great sort of building up to that.
Yeah. By the way, Eric, you got this close to saying where no man, where no one has gone before. And we were very excited, but I'm sorry, you cannot put that on my bingo card because you didn't actually say it. Mr. Brody, it seemed like you had a quick thought there.
Yeah, I have to take offense to Eric saying that we don't normally see realism in Marvel TV shows. Do we not remember when Falcon couldn't get a loan at the bank? Have we forgotten that?
I mean, the most cursed villain of all, the banker.
This is the first hour of podcasting we've done where Eric hadn't brought it up in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The only tattoo I'll ever put on my body is a banker right over my heart.
In the Daredevil episode when he stops the bank robbery, Sam Wilson was in the back corner getting turned down for a loan again, which is why he didn't help stop the robbery.
Yeah.
Which is why the cousin wasn't actually talking about Sam. She was talking about Steve. Is that what you think?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of the cousins, Ivan Soto, who's all over the chat today. Thank you,
Real.
Ivan. You're this episode's Daniel Drew, and I don't give that out to just anybody. You are keeping us afloat. The other people talking Haitian in front of Simon was so messed up, even when he speaks the language. Well, they didn't know, and I love the way he's like. Yeah, right. Yeah, they were Creole. I think other people were.
They were Haitian language.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I don't know. I like gumbo. Okay, I mean that's all I can say. I don't know much.
It's all good.
Yeah. The only word I know is andouille. But the whole point of just like him staring at them and it's like, oh, we know that he knows, and they don't. And he's doing a tremendous job, and this is a very different Simon Williams than the one we know from the comic books, and not just speaking in the sense of pigmentation. Like he is not the same guy, like at all, really. But he's an actor, so he has that in common. I don't know. I really enjoyed this one in the way where it was tough to enjoy at times, Katie. It was like it was definitely like shift around in your seat a little bit, that level.
Shit. I mean, if I thought other things made my stomach drop before, the Pacoima episode just wrenched me. I was just like, this is so good. It hurts. Like I thought I might have to stop watching, much like The Studio, because I was just like, oh, it's too real. I had this conversation at Thanksgiving. It's fine.
So I want to take a moment to get any final thoughts on Pacoima. And Christina, you don't have to talk specifically about the town itself. I don't know. I don't know what the San Diego equivalent is. I don't think it's Rancho Bernardo, but we'll pick somewhere that at least I know the name. See, there you go. I knew there was somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what I really liked about that episode, and to Katie's point, I think Trevor Slattery's mentorship is teaching Simon how to interact with people and how to read people. and that's just the thing that he's attaching to Trevor, I think, as like a father figure in a like, oh, I'm getting mentorship, I'm getting guidance, but all Trevor keeps telling him is how to interact with people, but he's giving it to him as acting advice, but it's really just like, soften up, be sincere, be genuine, be in the nature. Like it's all very like coded in just be a genuine person. And I think that that's not guidance he's gotten before.
Yeah, just don't be so in your head and worry about the backstory of, like
and encouragement and praise too, right? I mean, he's I mean, I wish we all have a hype man like him, especially with that hair.
I mean, then the story that his mother tells Trevor is like, he said, "Thank you for really loving me," I think was the actual word, and it's like the only time he'd ever said anything like that is like the only time he felt like it. Yes, it is very heartbreaking. Before we move on to the other episode, Eric, we always like to let you do a little show and tell for our audio audience. So this is the damage control sitting around saying we have everything we need to do an essential job for our nation, except for prisoners, is what I think they're missing.
Half full.
It's half full. Yeah. Sometimes these things are a little too real, ripped from the headlines, but very funny when you're talking about, looking for more superpowered people, and that's the motivation. But what was it specifically about this that spoke to you?
Well, actually, it was more of a question for you intelligent folk. Is that
so? Me and Brody should leave.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I'm not even looking at either of you.
Catching strays.
That's not the raft, right? So this is.
I thought it was a raft. It's not.
Well, that's what I was asking. It is because it looks different than previous version of the raft they had. So I wasn't sure. Is there a new super prison plot line ripped from the comics that maybe I don't know about?
I'm looking at it, and I don't know. Isn't that the facility that Valentina blew up in Thunderbolts, or am I wrong? Remember she has them all meet somewhere.
Oh, right.
I thought it looked like that.
I think I know it's the same one that they had, or at least, I mean, the same DODC guy from She-Hulk. And and that's where they got, what's his name? They sling ringed in, got him, and pulled him out.
Right. Yeah. It's a lovely matte painting wherever it is. They did a great job. I know it's probably CGI. I'm old.
No, it's matte.
By the way, if Marvel Movie Talk royalty pops into the chat, sorry, Ladastro. Actually, it's great to see you. But Kemi Egan was who I was talking about. But we love you too, Ladastro. This is it. Exactly. This is in Cal, the desert from She-Hulk. Okay, so yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like, gosh, I almost call it Devil's Desert. What's the desert that's in between Arizona and California? It's like
Nevada?
very
barren. Not Death Valley. I don't know.
Death Valley. Yeah.
I was going to go with Iraq.
No, it's Pacoima. We'll be right back. Be back in 2 and 2. All right. So, and I did like that they were reviewing what they had found on Simon's laptop. We get the comment, there are so many self-tapes. I did like that we got to see one. I still don't know what that one was for.
That's exactly what I assume someone hacking into my computer or my phone would be.
How many men would not want their self-tapes found? That's all I'm saying.
The fact that he hasn't deleted them is like one of the most sad
because
things.
He learns from them. You can imagine he watches them to try and figure out how to do the next one better.
I know.
I love that Katie didn't get the reference I was making. Thank you, Katie.
She's
so pure.
She's being more mature than Brody. I do know stand-ups who do record every set and never erase them. In the old days, it meant like a wall of like cassettes so they could go back and learn from it. But so it's probably that. But you're right. You didn't book the gig, Simon. So it's not going to be on the DVD commentary, the bonus features, as it were. But that was definitely fun to see that there. And I was very excited that not only did Trevor Slattery quote the great Belinda Carlisle, I thought he was going to say heaven is a place on earth, but nope. He said, our lips are sealed. So, and we got the song. That's what happens,
Pretty impressive.
Christina, when you have a Disney budget. You can get those songs instead of just mentioning it, and then you get kind of a sound-alike song where like the drums are bad, and you're like,
Right.
"What is this?" You know. So look, that was fun. We can always enjoy that. We did look at the birthday party. This is some nice set dressing because it's festive, but it's not too nice. You know, this could be a birthday party I've attended in a place like Pacoima. We talked about this earlier. The fact that Trevor just so freely references his drug and prostitution debts. And some people would think he was joking. Do any of us think that Trevor was joking about this?
No.
Not at all. No.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out the timeline of his sobriety, but we can move past.
Oh, the
Because of the
13
13 years and then the 10 years ago he was
yeah, so you know what? Maybe not 13 consecutive years. Maybe he's
he counts the first 10 years of his life.
Yeah, right.
You know, he might be onto something.
He had a lot of fake Bloody Marys, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, he went for a pee at a good time when he destroyed the evidence.
Yeah. This, by the way, you guys brought up he's the family is one island down now, and also the idea that Eric paid for the renovation. This hits even harder when you realize that's Eric's money he's destroying, not his mom.
And the mother made it a point to say, "I finally got that island I always wanted."
Anymore.
She did make that comment. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't piss the guy off when he's sitting at the island.
Yeah, that's true. Take him outside to piss him off. Yeah. And yeah, this was a beautiful shot. We did talk in our first episode a lot about the practical locations. There are a couple of times throughout these 4 episodes where I smell Atlanta, but for the most part, they are doing a lot of stuff in Los Angeles, and it's much appreciated. Some of those. And well, here is a great question. Who do you think Simon's brother is going to turn into? If they follow from the comic books, he's the Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper.
Yeah, and if they really follow,
and he's grim.
Yes,
he's a grim guy. So
he did. Yeah, he hasn't done any reaping yet, but plenty of sowing. So the idea that we could get that, and you know, in the comics, and we talked about this in Geekscape Book Club, essentially the Vision is also kind of like his half brother, because Vision's mental processes are based on Simon's. That is not what we get in the MCU, but exactly. I'm sorry, Ivan, I should have let you chime in that yes, he's Grim Reaper in the comics. I feel like we're gonna get that or something comparable. You know, he's gonna get so pissed off that I don't know if he's gonna stick his arms in some Roxxon goop, which we'll talk about momentarily. But yeah, I mean, does anybody think that Simon's brother Eric, not our Eric, Simon's brother Eric might already be some kind of powered nemesis, or is that something?
I don't think he's already, but I do think the way that like it seems like their mom really prefers Simon sometimes is a little telling to what a villain arc might become. And if you don't mind, can you go back to the friends photo that you like? He doesn't have any friends or whatever it was.
Oh, you mean this one?
Mom?
Yes.
Who doesn't ever make a friend? Yeah.
And I just, if you don't mind, I want to bring up something that Ivan asked, which was Simon recording his lines to respond to was very interesting. Is that normal? And yes, that is very normal for people who don't have friends in the industry who can't be a reader, or you have to go to a place where you have to pay for a reader that is probably bad. I remember there was a point in my 20s when I had been working so many customer service jobs. I didn't want to be around people. I couldn't take it. And then an acting coach told me, this is what it's about. It's about being with other people and about talking and like reacting off of other people. Like you need someone to read with you. So this is definitely one of those things that like, if you've got a last minute tape audition or something like that, you can record yourself and then record with yourself to do the audition. But it speaks to a louder position of how Simon is very alone in his life.
Yeah, no, I think that that insight is because I tend to think of you as a people person, but now
I
when you're
wasn't in my
explaining
20s.
yeah, no, I had a stretch where I wasn't a people person, and most of you call it the 21st century. But
Yeah, I'm in mine currently.
yeah,
Understandable. You have children.
this is more human interaction than Christina usually wants.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't need to bring up everything that shows up in the chat. But I will bring up Cam Egan. I think he might be super powered and is hiding it. He could be working with damage control. Whoa! All right, Cam Egan. I like that thought.
Okay, never mind. Eric's a dick.
Wait, now
Okay.
again, I need to. Which Eric are you talking about? Because I agree with one of those.
In the show.
If Eric worked for
Doesn't seem
damage,
so bad.
if Eric worked for damage control, he did a terrible job controlling the damage to the island.
Right.
So that theory's out.
Right.
Fair point.
That is
It doesn't
absolutely
seem
true.
like anybody in damage control is doing their job very well.
Yeah.
Out there.
They're pretty
Yeah,
retroactive on all that stuff.
Well, it's more like damage complain than control. It feels like, yeah, they're trying to get ahead of something you can't get ahead of, and you don't get the sense this is like next level Shield agents. This feels very Timu, B team, oats to the Daryl Halls of the world.
Whoa! There's no John Oates hate on this show.
I know what I said.
One might even call them like melted ice or something like that.
Ew.
I will not have you insult mustache era John Oates. If you want to talk about after he shaved his mustache, that's fine.
We lost his powers like Sam.
Can we talk Garfunkel? Can we talk Garfunkel then?
Do we have to? Or
Can we talk the guy in Wham that wasn't?
Andrew
George
Ridgely?
Michael?
Yeah.
Andrew
How about
Ridgely.
Messina? I'm going deeper, Jack.
Yeah. What about Beavis to Butthead?
All of these.
Really?
Hughesy's onto something. Great to see you, Hughesy. Damage Control love Kid Rock. Yes, well, they're in for it. Super Bowl halftime, which, since I said it, I might as well mention the fact that I'll be part of some counter programming for the halftime of the Super Bowl. That's right, the show that I co-host with my friend Eric Zane. A lot of Erics in this world. Who are these broadcasters? We'll be doing our special Super Bowl halftime show when maybe you don't want to see Bad Bunny or Kid Rock, or just watch them later. Come hang out with us. Our special guest will be my friend Dennis Miller. So check that out. And you better believe I'm going to find a way to ask him about Tales from the Crypt, Bordello of Blood, a movie that Simon Williams wishes he was able to be in.
Wait,
Now,
Christian,
maybe in the Corey Feldman part.
Are you turning older that day too? I can't keep track.
Well, it's I did just get a text, and I'm sorry you can't stay, Eric. It was great.
Oh wow!
Oh, that is too
yes, Super Bowl Sunday. I'm
He just doesn't want to see his future.
I'm turning 30. So yes, I'll be
30. Oh, great.
dirty.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Wow,
Well
great.
done. Yes. No, yes,
Are you billing this podcast on the Super Bowl as the podcast by Americans for Americans?
You
Is there any
should.
truth to that?
If you haven't, you should.
Eric Zane,
Who are these
myself, and-
American broadcasters?
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. You know what? I think I will do that.
Say Outline Glass podcast.
Christian, if I do a cover of Real American, would you be allowed to play it?
I don't know.
I'll give you a $3 super chat. No,
All right. Well, that'll be worth it. And Brody, Brody, you sent me this. You wanted to show off the Grim Reaper. I think you just sent this one image, right? I think I got it a couple times.
I sent that one image because this is the way my mind works. I remember this when I was a kid. This is Simon's brother, Grim Reaper, deciding who's his real brother, because Vision's brainwaves are based on his brother.
Sure.
And that's when his brother was brought back as a zombie, and he didn't believe that was actually his brother anymore, and that Vision might be more his brother than his brother. So he was going to kill one of them once he decided which one was not his brother.
As a non-comic book connoisseur, it really just feels like these are just like telenovelas for kids
or
of the
biblical.
70s. Sure.
Some Bible crap going.
Yeah,
here.
the
operas.
the way that sometimes, especially 70s
Cain and
Marvel
Abel.
comics, the way that it ends will definitely feel very telenovela.
Mhm.
And Ladastro agrees with Brody. It's a great issue.
Sorry.
All right. So I think that we have talked as much Pacoima as humanly possible, which a month ago I didn't think I was going to say Pacoima quite so often. It's one of those happy accidents. It's fun. But let's talk about Roger Dorman, which is Eric Connor's name. This is quite an episode, and for the rest of the show today, I would like to be called C-Bladt, much like J-Gad. I'm trying to make it a thing.
God.
I'm trying to make C-Bladt, not C-Blatt. It's just C-Bladt. So I want to make sure that we can do our best to make it a thing. If you don't address me as C-Blatt, I will have to put you backstage in timeout. So keep that in mind. You better just not call me anything. And yes, I mean, let's get right to it. We do need to find Josh Gad. We definitely. Whoa! Do you want them to stop making Frozen movie? Okay, you probably do. Yeah.
For your sake, honestly, my kids have outgrown Frozen. Yours are right in the sweet spot of watching every one of them.
Yeah,
That's true.
So
Kids are 25.
Ivan Soto talks about something that I do find quite interesting, and I think it's something that Eric, I feel like you sent it to.
Yes, I did.
You've got a few thoughts in your email, oh yeah, there it is. There's Cloak and Dagger, and that I know that Ivan was a fan of the Freeform Cloak and Dagger series, which I liked everything about it except the music, because they were making a show clearly not for me when they laid the music in. And I was like, oh, this is for people Cloak and Dagger's age, not me. Sorry, Ladastro does have a really important question. I'll answer to both. C-Blah or C-Blah. Yeah, the critics will say I'm C-Blah. Yeah, that's true. Josh Gad is out. He's already, I think you meant to say he's ruining Spaceballs with a sequel. It's not his fault. He's, he got asked to be in a Spaceballs sequel, and who amongst us would say no?
Yeah, how do you turn that down?
Didn't Josh Gad write it though? I mean, isn't he part of the creative team for Spaceballs?
I don't know.
I believe
that's
so.
a good question. Well, you know what? We would ask him, except nobody's seen him for a while. Our friend, the great Adam Hughesy, the H-Man Hughes, points out that Dorman is the most Atlanta-ish TV episode I've seen that wasn't an episode of Atlanta. Now, at first I thought you were talking about the location where many Marvel things are filmed, but you mean the TV series Atlanta. Yes, and Hughesy, hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate that. So that all started because Ivan Soto pointed out that his power set seems very reminiscent of Cloak, but he doesn't have the control over it, and he kind of uses it a little bit more willy-nilly. Also, getting trapped in cloak is usually horrific, and some people don't survive it. But you did also share this image, Eric. So why don't you talk about what in Sam Hill is this?
This is, he even calls him Flat Man, which I think was fantastic. It's a great little insult to Mr. Fantastic. That idea of how he is, I completely agree. He very similar kind of thing going on with Cloak. And that notion of, you mentioned, when people enter Cloak's sort of darkness, they're changed, right? They come out like a mess. But what I think is interesting here is that's probably where Josh Gad is hanging out right now, which means my hope he comes out of Cloak many years from now in some kind of freeform reboot of Cloak and Dagger. Also, it gave me very much, as you see, Stranger Things vibes. When I was looking at this, I'm like, oh, did they just hire the same company that does the bathtub effects? I wasn't sure, because walking through the waters, although I do like the Monsters Inc.-esque doors.
Yes, I did like the doors. That's very different than Cloak and the way that Cloak was portrayed on the TV series.
And Eleven in Stranger Things, she doesn't have all those doors.
No spoilers. Come on.
You know what it kind of reminded me of, at least when he starts to like pull things from himself, is the character in Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
I believe.
Spot, is that his name?
Yeah.
Spot. Yeah.
Spot.
I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a tie-in somehow, just because we've got the DODC guy from the Spider-Verse going around. I don't know, something about the like reaching in and like punching. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the powers are far more interesting than the catchphrase.
Sure.
And the online feedback that why is he saying ding? What is it? Ding dong instead of knock knock? I
Yeah,
think is
ding
one of the-
dong.
Yeah,
It's a valid question.
Yeah, I know.
It
And he's
really
like,
was.
oh, I should probably write that down. You know, it's like-
It's
like,
the
yeah.
alliteration, I'm pretty sure.
They're not always wrong. Yeah. That is definitely one of the things that is worth exploring, sort of Spot's power set. We were talking about Cloak, and I don't have any good answers as to what that was, but Katie, you showed me your notes on the episode, and you did right away go like, oh my God, this is just some rocks on goop that is just basically sitting right there. And you know what you should always do when there's some kind of mysterious ooze that there may be a secret of is touch it. I just wanted to
Oh,
share.
good call, good
Wanted to
call.
share Spot
Yeah.
from one of the earliest comic books that I owned was Spectacular Spider-Man number 99. And Spot was always a bit of a goof, but they sure turned him into something else for Spider-Verse. Hey, one day we're going to get another one of those movies, allegedly. We'll see. But anyway, so I think that the episode is framed in an interesting way, and I'll ask what you think about this, Christina. His boss at the club asks him, before any of this, if he's happy, and he's very happy. And then she asks him now, "Are you happy?" And he definitely has that answer of like, "Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
Right. I should be, right?
yeah.
That's right.
Of course, I'm happy. I don't want to be
Drunk all the
ungrateful."
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the question, right? It's like you achieve the thing and now you're like, wait, was this it? And as somebody who's like in my 40s and an overachiever and constantly looking for the next thing, and you meet the thing and you're like, wait, that wasn't it. Okay, let me just nope, maybe that's it. And the irony is like that dude wasn't looking for anything. He wasn't like on the hunt for this fame or fortune or whatever.
Right.
He just kept not saying no. Which I guess is like the opposite of The Secret, but like somehow he ended up in a place that I think it started when she asked him that question. It was like, oh shit, am I happy? Huh? Yeah, I guess so, right? Like I'm supposed to be.
So, with that in mind, I think it's probably at least reasonably important to ask, Eric, are you happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blatt.
It's the hair that brings me happiness.
Okay.
Thank
So
God I
glad you
have
have
this
the
'cause
hair
I
now.
don't-
Yeah.
I have a question for Eric. Can we put him full screen again while I ask my question?
We can, yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
Eric, so do you claim to have friends who are Black people?
Black people. I
I
see.
Yeah,
have
Black
two.
people.
All I need is one.
Yeah.
I
You have a
don't
good
need
friend
more
who-
than one.
Fortunately, I'm a household of 4, so
No, your brother is my Blatt friend.
Not you.
that's fair.
I got to be honest. Up until a few years ago, I didn't know any Black people.
Oh, well,
Same.
you know what they
Yeah.
say. Once you go Blatt, hey, take a look, Husey. Josh Gad wrote a script for Twins 2 that was so good, the entire production was.
That's cool.
There were a few different versions of that. There was like a third brother that they hadn't met that they met for that one.
Oh,
and,
It's
Lord.
going to be Eddie Murphy. That was the
it was going to be Eddie Murphy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
So I know. And then that's when you're like, oh, wait, no, they really should have made that. but-
Yeah, that one I would have gone for.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the chat is here for real. Thank you to Ivan Soda for keeping, for basically having the talking stick. But our fearless leader, Daniel Drew, is here. Just got done with work. He's arrived. Josh Gad is gone until who knows when, but his acting will be enhanced from the experience if he's alive. Yeah, I don't know if he's alive in the MCU. Wait,
I feel like it depends on what property he comes
Did
back
we see
for.
Josh Gad will return in Avengers Doomsday?
No,
As
we
a
did not.
joke,
Didn't.
we did. We saw like
No.
I think it was like
Yeah.
a tweet that Josh Gad tweeted or
Oh.
something. I think there's like a running gag of that, but I didn't see anything in the actual.
There's apparently a what if episode called "What If Josh Gad Got Halfway Through the Body and Then Got Cut in Half when He Sneezed." That's a what if.
I mean,
Gross.
I think we know the what if. It would be very messy.
I think
Yeah.
it would be a Deadpool movie, is what it would be.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It'd be easier to
So-
play Olaf though.
We've got a two-pronged approach here towards the chat. Daniel Drew points out he did love seeing Roxanne. I wonder if we'll have some larger story with Roxanne at some point, since there have been a number of Roxanne things over the past couple of years. But really, the comment that Brody, I feel like you're going to love this as much as I am. Roxanne, you don't got to put on the red light. Put on the red. All right, anyway.
I was gonna say we're getting plenty of rocks on, but how many of us are getting rocks off?
There it is.
That's what I was
Knew
gonna
it was
say.
coming. Yeah.
that's true.
Get it?
Yeah.
Literally, very nice. Nicely
Very-
done.
Very nice. Yeah, look, nobody
I-
got
I
hurt.
Nobody got hurt. I got a question.
Yes.
When she asks him if he's happy at the beginning, he says, he's waiting tables.
Yeah,
He says,
sure.
you want to be an actor, but usually this is like a stepping stone for actors. Did he not say that?
No, he
said
didn't. He
didn't.
did not want to be an
No,
actor.
he's
didn't
like,
want to do.
he's
Yeah, he
happy
was
where he
comfortable.
is. He's like, I have, I get to talk to people. I'm happy where I'm at. Like he didn't have any aspirations to be anything more or bigger.
Okay,
which-
I thought maybe he was trying to be an actor, but wasn't succeeding. Okay,
No, and I think that's kind of one of the more interesting Hollywood stories is there is a lot of people that are out here just like, hey, look, I, was born out here. I'm just playing. I'm a doorman. Like it's not a big deal. This is what I want to do. I don't want to be a part of this whole Hollywood trade. But then they get a taste of it, and that's where you get your reality stars and your catchphrases.
but
And
it's
he's
a
still
little
known as
too-
the doorman.
Yeah, but it's still a little on point though that the doorman got the powers of a doorman and became the doorman. Like it
Well,
just seems like
perhaps that, it was right after that conversation that he touches the goo, right? Like he's talking to the bar proprietor or whomever, and then he goes to take the trash out, and then there's goo. So I feel like somehow that is thematically tied for sure.
Well, imagine if he worked in a proctologist office.
Oh,
It would have been a lot more difficult.
Different kind of goo.
Same,
Yeah.
same thing.
then he'd be
Different kind of
backdoor
door.
man. He'd be backdoor man.
Backdoor man.
Whoa!
You set me up.
I did, and you know what? That's 10 demerits to myself. But we need Josh Gad to return because I want more stuff like Radioactive is the most important song of the last 3 years.
Right.
Easy.
I love
I
this.
love that. It's such a that's such a very Hollywood take.
I quoted it immediately to the next person I saw.
And did they go like, yeah, definitely the last 3 years. Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's like, how do you make Josh Gad a douche in one sentence or less?
Oh.
Yeah. But not really. Like a little bit, but not really. Yeah.
But
he's
he's a
we're
little
all
bit of a
melting.
douche, but he's got some points. As well.
Yeah. Valid.
I also love the fact that this episode is completely black and white. So
Yeah.
like when we get to the goo part, we don't actually know what color that goo is. It could be black and sparkly, or it could be dark purple. Like I feel like there's a big theme of colors. I know I've mentioned this before when it comes to like powers and what
Yeah.
those powers are inherently from or how they've been created. Thought that was interesting.
Mhm.
Is
I
it
think,
possible
the great interviewer Jiminy Glick would ask, "What color do you want it to be?" Go ahead, Brady.
Is it possible the goo is the kind of goo that gives you the power you want or the
Right.
power you're envisioning? Like he's a doorman. He was thinking about how happy he is being a doorman, and now he's a human doorway. And then he saved those people by being a door. So I'm wondering if the power is tied to his subconscious in some way, much to your proctologist response. Maybe the goo. I mean, you had the finger on it right there. I think definitely.
There you go. Yeah. It's a choose your own adventure goo.
Right. At first, I thought his theory was a reach around, but actually, it's right on the
Oh my
spot.
god.
So
Look, there's
That's a
there's
next level
obviously a number
power.
of different kind of goos. If he had reached into a different goo, he would have been Johnny Resnick. Now, I want you, Katie, to talk about something that you noticed. You sent me a photo. Yeah, Eric wasn't the only one who sent me a photo, and I don't mean Simon's brother. There, and I like that you circled it. There's a bag of Let's potato chips, right?
Let's Potato Chips is one of my favorite little Hollywood insider things. You see Let's Potato Chips in a lot of different shows like Community or even 30 Rock. It's like the comedian's way of doing Lay's potato chips, but like it's this prop that we use all the time. And this episode is written by Zeke Nicholson, who's a huge comedian and a great improviser. He's also written for Loot on Apple TV Plus and a couple other things. He's an amazing person. And so I think that's also why we're getting more Atlanta vibes from this episode in particular. I think Zeke maybe have written on that, but I can't really remember. But yeah, we also get Carl Tart in this episode, and the Let's Potato Chips thing is just like such a connecting through line to a lot of comedy writers and showing up in TV shows and movies.
Well, anybody wants to send me a bag of Let's potato chips for my birthday that I can enjoy during the Super Bowl, please do. Send it to P.O. Box Marvel Movie Talk. You know the zip code. You can.
Wait, I have your address here from your letter to the editor.
That's my old address.
Oh,
RD
that's how we got the
box 134 in Greenwood Lake, New York.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah,
how he got the no prize.
I haven't lived there. I wish I had a no prize. I haven't lived there in a long time. This is the wrong show. We already focused on that on the Geekscape Book Club. But you know, there's other letters that we can look at in the future. I was wondering the whole time if the black and white of this story, we were going to break from that. Were we going to get back to Simon in the last few minutes? And had I not been doing this dumb show and I could have just kept binging it, it would have been fine. But I had to stop, and I'm going to watch 5 and 6. I'm like, wait, what comes after 4? Hold on. Let me get 5. So I'm going to watch 5 and 6, and some of us will be covering episodes 5 and 6 Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And I'm having trouble scheduling the finale, but I'll let you know on Thursday when we're getting to that, because I want everybody to be approved. Yes, sir.
Would you say Christine is doing a wonderful job as part of today's podcast?
Do you mean Christina?
Christina. Yes,
Yeah.
it's the
Sorry,
name.
Christina.
Yes, I
sorry,
am.
can't.
Christine the
He
Clark.
doesn't have his
Christina.
glasses on.
Wo-
That's
wonderful.
okay.
Yeah, I can't. If you should put your name in the red thing, not the white thing. Anyway, Christina. you
No,
did a
she
wonderful
wants people
job
to
of it.
follow her. No, she did it the right
You don't
way.
have to
did it the
Brody
right way.
explain shit.
No,
to
no, no.
her.
You should do it. You should do it. No, no. Well,
I
only
think I
for
found a
blind people.
proctologist.
Anyway, ophthalmologist. So Christina's doing a wonderful job. Will we all agree? Can we reach a consensus there?
She always does a
Always,
great job.
yeah.
I think Christina's on with us.
And yet she's watched all the episodes. Therefore, I say we all watch all the episodes. Thank you. We're done.
No.
It was a good
That's
pitch.
not.
Yeah, I
that
like
was a good pitch, but no,
Yeah.
I don't.
It is really hard.
Oh, we
to
trust
stop
her.
the show.
Although honestly, Brody,
You don't trust
Brody.
us.
Rosie,
Rosie,
I love
Rosie,
her.
Rosie Bop.
I
This is
basically I relocated. No, that's Hamla Babe Lazibla Bubba Hamla Babe Lazibla Bop. Bozy Bop City Bop. But what I did is I basically sent you to Ireland and I turned you into Brosy, which is of course Bros with Husey. You actually, my understanding is you won't be available Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, so you can actually go ahead and finish and be ready for the finale when we get to it. So you get a special note.
Yeah.
You're allowed.
Wait,
to.
he just froze in his rage.
I know he's gonna smash my island,
Right.
and that's not
we
a
have the Brody
euphemism for
minute,
something that a
though?
proctologist does. I'm sorry, what, Eric?
The man in the boat says. Yeah.
By the way,
what we-
speaking of
smash your cave.
proctologist,
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Goo, I got this picture. Whenever I see goo, I goo be gone. This to me is one of those great moments of like, well, that's a mysterious ooze. I should touch it. I love
Wait a minute.
that logic.
Yeah, little taste test.
Isn't this a
yeah,
clip
sure.
from
We
Iron
don't know what it
Fisting?
tastes like.
Next
I'm sorry.
shot.
What were we gonna say?
you're
Brody?
fisting.
I said, isn't this a clip? Isn't this a clip from Iron Fisting? Isn't that?
Oh,
That's phenomenal.
That's-
You have
that's
got to
the
make the
difference.
poster for
you
that.
really reached around for that joke.
But this is also why I wonder what the actual color of the goo is, because this almost looks like it could be a sling ring like portal.
Yes.
So I in that way, I kind of wonder, like, if it was like red, would I stick my hand out there? I mean, I probably wouldn't because it was coming from a trash can from Roxxon, but that's just because
Yeah, Roxxon, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I let's just say I put my hands in worse. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. And you notice I stopped. I'm like, should I?
I believe
why
you.
not? At this point, yeah. Christina's like, that tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but I loved like all the imagery, and Eric did a good job. Now you had a comparison, didn't you, Eric? And by the way, this is really tough because right before the show, I did a show with another co-host named Eric that I mentioned. I usually call him EZ. Do you know how many times I've tried to call you EZ? Can I just call you EC?
EC is fine. I've been called worse by you.
Today.
But that's usually where the cameras are.
This is the view from my proctologist's office when he looks at me.
But what was this?
I think you need more
Windows of the
fiber.
world.
What was the comparison that?
This was Stranger Things. It's a little hard to see in the shot, but yes, that is again, and that's Brody's proctologist.
Does Stranger Things pick up after the second episode of season 2?
I mean,
I'm asking for me.
Oh, it's such a good show.
It is a good show.
I like the first season. Let's put it that way. I saw that.
The first season is good.
Do I get more Winona Ryder? Don't answer.
Third season even better, I would say.
Oh yeah, she shoplifts in the third season.
That's good.
Becomes reality TV.
And what were you sharing? Are these the Great Lakes Avengers? Is that what you wanted to share with us?
Yeah, this is the.
They are the Great Lakes Avengers, aren't they?
Not so Great Lakes. West Coast. This is the Lake Placid Avengers, where they fight a crocodile. This is the cover of the first issue featuring Doorman.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
How about that?
Whereas he was known then Doorman. Before they changed his name, so he wouldn't.
He wanted to sound less Jewish.
Yeah, right. So he wouldn't be set
Doorman.
by ice.
Like,
It's Murray Dorman.
You mean
it's
Doorman?
Doorman?
Frankenstein.
Phil Spiderman.
Spiderman.
All right. And I just, I mean, I get it. It's this show and we're having fun and we're joking around, but I need to make sure that people know that I didn't make up the Great Lakes Avengers. I mean, that's a real thing.
Oh, I legitimately didn't realize that.
No, I know. And I was just like, these are the Great Lakes Avengers.
Yeah, that's a John Byrne creation right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering, he created the Great Lakes Avengers. He probably gets like crazy residual checks for all of the stories that they've appeared in since this. And by the way, that is Simon Williams in the corner box on the bottom right. Nobody rocked a mullet like Wonder Man did in the early 90s.
Okay, by the way, the Great Lakes Avengers will return in Avengers Doomsday.
We should be so lucky.
Finally.
Featuring the Pacoima Punisher.
Oh my God, I want that.
Kind of do want that. Actually.
It's just Eric.
It's just my hair. It's not even me.
By the way, go ahead, Brody. Go ahead.
You think the yellow woman sat on the blue guy and that's why he's flat? I'm just curious. The origin story there.
We don't body shame on this show unless it's
I'm super
unless there's no women around. Yeah.
That's why
no. We do it about Eric. Yeah.
That's why Sue Storm's invisible now.
By the way, the one pun that is Big Bertha. That is her name, actually.
Yes.
So good for
No,
her.
so it's my fault.
Yeah. By the way, would you be more likely to believe that the Great Lakes Avengers would be appearing in Avengers Doomsday if insider James Mack said that it was happening?
Listen, I didn't know he started that rumor. I just saw it in a bunch of legitimate places.
Yeah. But that's how the rumors work is one person says it. So you're like, oh, great. Yeah. So then you get to run with it. But I would love to see the Great Lakes Avengers. I mean, Christina, you said you're not a comic book person, but I feel like this is what's
this could convert me.
This has to, right?
For sure.
I mean, there's so many good choices, but I don't know. Big Bertha there. You know what? It's tough. For our audio audience, Ivan Soto asked, I thought Big Bertha was DC. There are names that you can't copyright. Oddly enough, one of them being Captain Marvel. because that's Shazam's name as well. But anyway, he says that it's Big Barta in any case. So listen, we had fun with Doorman, and we understand now why you can't have superpowered people in movies. But I really think you would save a lot in the effects budget. You know, I mean, Jesus.
You lose an actor every once in a while, but it's worth it.
I'm sorry, but the great Dang Lizard popped in. Eric's jokes need more tags. I don't know who you think Eric is. It's not. I'm the one with all the tags.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Pacoima Punisher. I know you have to run. So what would you like to promote other than the Who Are These Broadcasters Super Bowl halftime show with special guest Dennis Miller?
Well, one thing I was going to say is if Josh Gad had been swallowed earlier by Doorman, we would have been spared 1,600 pen, which would have been a real superhero move, is making sure none of us had to sit through that.
So he plays the president's son in that, right?
Yes, he does. Plays is a loose word. What he does. I wouldn't call it acting. I wouldn't call it performing. Even the post. What can I quote Artie Lang? He overacts in the poster.
It wasn't about Josh Gad. That was about John Melendez, the former announcer for the Tonight Show.
Look at this photo. Tell me it's not applicable.
He's definitely overacting there.
Me and my wig. By the way, my son. I don't know if you noticed in the background. My 15-year-old just turned 15. He opened the door, saw me in the wig, didn't say a word, shook his head, and then walked away.
I did not see that. It's amazing.
I've got to go. Some explaining.
It's not the first time that he's walked into a room seeing you in a wig. No,
I mean, listen,
shaking his head disapprovingly.
That's his reaction when he just sees me anyway. The wig, the wig covers only some of the shade.
Yeah, I don't have a 15-year-old in my house, but I know Christina, you're somewhere in that range, right? So
Mine's 14, so everything I do is cringe.
Oh,
yeah.
Thought you were implying
Christina,
she was 15.
I feel your pain. Oh.
Yep.
That's right. You have adults. Mine think they're adults, which is worse. But anyways, I got to run. Pacoima Punisher out.
So Thursday at noon Pacific, you'll see Eric Connor will return.
And I think we should do a Brody minute, preferably no more than a minute, but a Brody minute that you record that we can include.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You just created work for Brody. What?
As many innuendos as you can squeeze in.
I like that. We have a countdown clock.
Ring the bell. I'm out.
Don't say innuendo and squeeze in because
I know.
Okay.
She did it on purpose.
I know.
I mean, look, she is the wisecracking blonde. I mean,
I am. Sometimes
I have to say, when I saw the email thread and I saw Wisecracking Blonde, I first thought Katie changed her email address and she is a Wisecracking Blonde. Yeah. And I'm glad to know that it's another person entirely. So
I'm not as quick.
Gang I'm starting. Yeah. Katie's a new recruit.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I did like that he ended up doing a laxative commercial.
It just breaks my heart too, because it's like, once you get the bug to get the next thing, and if you start at a place of whether or not you were a child actor or you just got famous off of a quote or something, or maybe a famous TikTok, this is what it sometimes ends up happening instead of actually working towards.
Doorman.
He probably made more money off that commercial than off his movie, though. No,
100%. 100%.
Yeah, we shouldn't be comparing him to even Simon Williams or other actors. When you see Doorman, you have to really compare him to the Hawktua girl, because that's really the career trajectory that he's on.
You're not wrong.
Do the one thing. He's smart enough to not wear those short shorts though.
But both of them had men disappear inside of them. So
ding ding.
The only reason I'm upset is that Eric missed that. Nobody would have enjoyed that more than him. How do we feel about the vomit scene in this episode?
I hate throw up scenes so much.
It was uncomfy.
Katie's wondering what color the puke was. So.
I was actually. I was thinking yellow, but
color means things in these shows.
It does.
Yes.
And great that we got AC Slater in this episode, by the way. That
I know, and I love that it's called Hot Goss instead of Hollywood accent.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna license they're not gonna license what's the show? He's Access Hollywood, right?
Access Hollywood. Yeah.
No, they're not gonna do that. But it's
a knockoff, and I love the Let's potato chips of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
love that they made it black and white, implying that it was like some distance in the past.
Yeah,
and
but
it
then
was
you're like
2 years ago.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
it had the Radioactive as the most important song of the last 3 years, and then you're like, yeah, why is this in black and white? I
Uh-huh.
appreciate the artistic choice,
Mhm.
but yeah, I did expect that. Okay, this is like I don't know in the 20s.
Yeah,
This
the
is
way
like
back.
this is like a prequel to Sinners or something. I wasn't quite sure.
Couldn't we have just gotten the and we would have been like, oh, flashback.
We could have used that. By the way, Daniel Drew getting in on the fun. Ding parentheses
Nice.
actual dong.
Nice.
Nice.
Anyway.
Ew.
By the way, Daniel Drew coming in hard with the XDs again. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's a smile face. I think.
It's-
Yeah, but he had
yeah,
stopped
it's
for a
like a-
while after
Here
I
it
pointed it
is.
out. Now he's
Yeah.
coming back
Well,
hard. with
and
them.
now he's on X. So anyway, listen, this show is a delight, and I'm speaking about Marvel movie talk, but also Wonder Man. And I don't know if we did a thorough job. If you want to see a professional analysis of Wonder Man, all 8 episodes, over on the Geekscape main feed, I know Jonathan and Ian did that. I only ever get called to be on those when Ian's like sick or like he just refuses to see a movie. I think I got to do Madam Web. So like Ian just wasn't going to see it. And I'm like, I'm in. Eric and I went on
That's
a
a get.
Valentine's Day date 2 years ago to see Madam Web. I wish Eric was here because it's true. We did. We went. Anyway, but we're going to talk about episodes 5 and 6 on Thursday. Not quite sure who's going to be here, but Katie will be here. I'll be here. Eric will be here, Simon's brother, and we'll go from there. But hopefully we get to talk to you again, Christina. But in case we don't, please let everybody know where they can find you and your internet wares.
Yes, you can find me at Wisecracking Blonde, which is in the red part, just so everybody can
Stands
read
out.
it clearly. Yeah.
Don't
I
just Google
also-
Christina. You're not going to come
No,
up.
you're not going to find me. Or even
Hold on,
Wisecracking
hold on.
Blonde, because I'm not the first. But I do have a show coming out, or that's already out. That's a Dungeons and Dragons real play show. That's at Hexes, the letter N, Heroes. So go
Oh.
check that out.
I did get confused by that.
Yeah, I just want to not.
It's like
and.
it's like in out burger. It's not
Yes,
actually
exactly
in and
like
out burger. It's in. Oh
Mm.
my gosh! And
So many
Dan-
happy faces.
Yes, and what I love about Daniel, as soon as the show ends, he's going to go back and start the beginning. And bless him. I hope we get to see him again at San Diego Comic-Con, Katie. It was
Yeah.
great to finally get to meet him.
Yeah.
And like 6 months later, he explained something that we had been talking about, and we're like, "Oh yeah. Now I get it." I don't even remember what it was, but Daniel put it in the chat, and we're so glad everybody was here in the chat and on the show. David Brody of the Brooklyn Avengers. If there was maybe a podcast where you talked about avenging Brooklyn, where would that be?
Well, you can find me with that Brooklyn Avengers podcast, otherwise known as the Brooklyn Boys. See the logo back there, wherever you get your podcasts, and of course at David Brody in the orange right there, as was pointed out previously, on most social media platforms. So thank you very much.
And it's a little known fact that Katie Hampton's show, Christian Cringe, is actually her sitting down with my kids talking about what I've done over the last week. But you also have Tutorial Guild and Napping Through Happy Hour. And of course, this show. Oh, yes. It's RSVLTS meaning.
That's right.
It's results. Yeah.
It's the clothing company that we really liked.
Yeah. And we're just like, what is
Oh,
that?
wait a minute. That's the Roosevelts, and they're friends of mine from Jersey.
Oh,
I know the
sick.
guys who started the
Everybody in
that's
Jersey's friends.
Roosevelts, by the way.
Brody, get them to sponsor our show here on Marvel Movie Talk, and then we could get some sick swag.
We
I'll make
got it
some
all
calls.
figured out.
That was
Yeah.
good.
By the way, the entire state of New Jersey, I believe, is sitting Shiva for Uncle Floyd. Tell me I'm wrong, bro.
Oh, Uncle Floyd in New Jersey. By the way, John Bon Jovi posted a clip yesterday of his first TV appearance ever, which was on the Uncle Floyd show. So
Aw.
yeah, he touched a lot of people when they were nobodies, so to speak.
Okay, in this day and age, you don't talk about touching people.
That's why I said so to speak. I said so to speak.
Yeah.
Covered all his
Allegedly.
bases.
Katie Hampton,
Yes.
where can people find you and
You can
continue the conversation, as we like to say?
That's right. You can always find me at elsassypants, ELSASSYPANTS. If you are a Dungeons and Dragons nerd, first check out Christina's amazing Dungeon Crawler show. But then you can come over to the Tutorial Guild, where we talk about Dungeon Crawler Carl, the book series that is soon to take over your life.
Oh my God, my whole life.
Yeah.
And you can also see Katie and I throughout the week on Geekscape News, which is a new daily bite-sized feature. It's not like this shit show that we do. Sometimes it's like 2.5 hours, or I'm like, well, we talked about 2 episodes. The show's only like 28 minutes. Yeah, but we need the time. Anyway, and Ivan, at some point I'll talk to you about Star Trek, but this isn't the time to start right now. But I want Katie to see just this amazing fact. He's never watched Star Trek before. Star Trek Starfleet Academy. And there's so many other places to start, but I hope you're enjoying it. I will say that. I hope you're enjoying it.
It's definitely for a new generation of Star Trek lovers. So,
but not the next
hope you like
generation.
it.
I never saw a Rocky movie. Before, so I started with 6.
I started with 4, and 4
is good.
The Russian had it coming.
Yeah, what's with the robot, guys? With the robot? The robot is the thing that just blows my mind every time I have to watch that movie.
Well, that being
Drago.
said,
Drago is
the star of Masters of the Universe, not the one coming out later this year. Also, the first Punisher on screen was Ivan Drago.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I want to let everybody know where you can find me, because you haven't had enough of me. I get it. Completely understand that. I have my own personal podcast, the Blattcast, BLADTCAST. That's how you spell the Blattcast. We just had a very triumphant, very milestone episode where we celebrated the greatest teen sex comedies of all time. And we did that because it was episode number 669. 669. I'm gonna be 50 years old very soon. And on the day I turn 50, please check out the Who Are These Broadcasters Super Bowl halftime show on the Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel. Special guest Dennis Miller and some other stuff. We got to record with Dennis tomorrow, and then we'll know what the other stuff will be. How much more time do we need? We don't know, but we'll be back for this show Thursday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, to talk about episodes 5 and 6. And we will also try to cover the finale soon, so we get all caught up to everybody. That is all the time we have for now, and some extra. As the great Stan Lee would say, Excelsior!